Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Here we are going to be looking at some questions that involve angle rules and algebra. So this is something that we can all get on board with, but it's just a good opportunity for you to practice two things at once because in the GCSE Maths, they love and love and love to ask questions that mix topics together. It's a great way for people to problem solve, and it's a great way for examiners to fit in more topics. But don't let that intimidate you. We are going to get through these questions and you will know how to tackle such questions. Right, let's get into it. We have A, B, C, D, and E, F are straight lines, as shown. Ava assumes that A, B, and C, D are parallel. So these lines, A, B, and C, D. Okay. And what answer should she get for the angle y? So if these two are parallel to one another, then what we can say is that this angle and this angle are corresponding to one another, therefore they're equal. So it means that 2x plus 10, the angle at the top, is equal to 3x minus 20, the one at the bottom, because they are corresponding and corresponding angles are equal. We've got an equation, let's solve it. Taking away 2x from both sides, we get 10 is equal to x minus 20. Adding 20 to both sides, we get that 30 is equal to x. Okay, now that tells us that x is equal to 30, which means that this angle here is going to be 3 lots of, not x, but we're going to say x is 30 because that's what we just worked out, minus 20. And that is equal to 3 times 30 is 90 minus 20, which equals 70. Okay, so now we know that this angle here is 70 degrees. And because this angle and y are on a straight line, they must add up to 180 degrees, which means that this y is going to be 110 degrees. Okay, that's what you get when you take away 70 from 180. Oh my gosh, look at this. In fact, AB and CD are not parallel, so Ava assumed. What happens when you assume? I wonder. They've told us instead that angle W is 60 degrees. What effect does this have on the size of angle Y? It's bigger, the same, or smaller. Now, we're not going to guess. We're going to do the working out first, just to gather what happens. So, what I'll do is, because I've now answered the previous question, well, first of all, we got the angle Y was 110. So let's write that down. So will it be bigger or smaller or the same? Well, let us now erase this. Well, oh, maybe not this part. Wait, can I undo that? Yeah, I can undo that. That's good. That's not the bit that I wanted to erase. What I wanted to erase was the annotations in the diagram, because now we're going to be doing different work. So the second part has told us that in actual fact, W is 60 degrees. Okay, so let me just check again because insanity check. Okay, or sanity check, should I say. W is 60, but we know that this 2x plus 10 is vertically opposite the 60, which means that they're equal because vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so we can say that 2x plus 10 is indeed equal to 60. Let's just write the working up here in a different color. So we've got 2x plus 10 is equal to 60. Taking away 10 from both sides, we get 2x is equal to 50. Dividing both sides by 2, we get x is equal to 25. Now, x is 25, which means that this x in the 3x minus 20 is also going to be 25 because it's the same x. So it means that this angle now is in fact going to be 3 lots of 25 because that's what x is, take away 20. 3 times 25 is 75, take away 20, that gives us 55 degrees. And then that means that this angle now, because they still add up to 180 degrees, because they are still on a straight line, y is now going to be 180 take away 55. So therefore, y is equal to 125 degrees. And if we compare that to the 110 degrees we got the first time, that is in actual fact bigger. And the working out is what we had above here. Okay, oh, not there, but like all the way up here. This is our working out for that question. And that's it. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, so here we have the four candidates in an election were A, B, C, and D. The pie chart shows the proportion of votes for each candidate. Work out the probability that a person who voted, chosen at random, voted for C. So, first thing we can see is we've got angles around the point, and that's going to add up to 360 degrees. So, I can already start doing that piece of work. So, I've got 90 plus x plus 2x plus 10, just going around the pie chart, plus 2x, all of the angles added, which equals 360. If I add up all the x's, I get 5x, and the numbers are 100, so 5x plus 100 is equal to 360. And then, taking away 100 from both sides, I get 5x is equal to 260. And then dividing both sides by 5, I get that x is equal to 52. Okay, and then we now know that x is equal to 52, so this represents 52. The C section, because that's the bit that we are working out, is this. So 2 lots of 52. In fact, let me just do the working out here. 2 lots of 52 plus 10. And that is going to be, so 2 times 52 is 104, plus 10 is 114. So the C section of the pie chart represents 114. Okay, do we know anything else? Well, in fact, we don't need to know much more. That's the angle that C represents. And just to represent it as a probability, we need to represent it as a fraction. So that's going to be 114 out of the total 360 degrees. The question does not say to simplify, so we don't need to simplify. So I'm actually just going to leave it like that. So 114 over 360 is our probability. Let's carry on. Next, ABCD is a parallelogram, and we've got the AB equals BP as it shows in the diagram. Work out the size of angle X. Okay, so we've got this isosceles triangle on the left-hand side. So let's just start filling in information that we know. Don't even know if it's going to be useful to us, but let's just do it. So if this side and this side are equal, it means that the angles opposite the sides are also going to be equal. So this angle is opposite that side, and this angle is opposite. So those are the two angles that are going to be equal, just to help people figure out how to tell which angles are going to be the same. If we already know that this is 51 degrees, then this is also going to be 51 degrees. And then angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So we've got 51 plus 51, which is 102. Then we do 180 take away 102, which is equal to 78. So that's there. Okay, what else can we work out? Oh, we've got here angles in a straight line. So we've got this angle is going to be 180 take away 51, which is going to be 129. Are there any other angles we can work out? Well, we know that ABCD is a parallelogram. Opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal to each other. So this is going to be 78 degrees because it's opposite that B angle. That's 78 degrees. What else can we deduce? All right, just staring at this question. Dun, 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 dun. It will come. Okay. So the angles in the parallelogram, because it's a quadrilateral, add up to 360 degrees. And we already know that these two sides, or these two angles, sorry, are 78 degrees. So we have 78 plus 78, which is equal to 156. Then we do 360 take away 156, which is equal to 204. 204. And then we know that the other two angles of the parallelogram, so this angle and this angle, are both going to add up to 204 because that's how many degrees are remaining to make up those angles in the parallelogram. Hopefully that makes sense. And we also know that opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So if I do 204 divided by 2, which gives me 102, I now know that this x and 3x make 102. Oops. So I can say x plus 3x is equal to 102. So in actual fact, 4x is equal to 102. So x is equal to, let's divide. So what's that? 51. If you halve it again, that's 25.5. 25.5 degrees, apparently. So 25.5 is that angle there. Okay, so there's quite a bit of reasoning that was going on there. And also, bear in mind, I did not make use of this 129 degrees. One thing that I do like to do is just work out as much as I can with these kinds of questions. And then at some stage, I will spot other things. Now, of course, this does mean that you have to know your rules really, really thoroughly. Okay, let's carry on. Three straight lines are shown. So, and we can see that these two lines are parallel because they've got the arrows on there, which indicates parallel. And then we also have, we also know that this angle here is vertically opposite to this, so it's equal. So we can also say it's 2x plus 15. And we also know that 2x plus 15, this one that I've written in red, and the 3x minus 38 are again corresponding to one another. So we can say that 2x plus 15 is equal to 3x minus 38. Okay, now I'm going to solve this equation. So I've got x's on both sides, so I'm going to look for the side with the smaller number of x's and subtract, or eliminate, should I say. And in this case, it's 2x, so I'm going to take away 2x from both sides, giving me 15 is equal to x, because 3x take away 2x is x, minus 38. Then I'm going to add 38 to both sides. So 38 plus 15 is 53. Yes, 53 is equal to x. And I think it just asked us to work out the value of x. So we can say x is equal to 53. Let's keep going, guys. We are doing so well thus far. Okay. What have we got here? Okay, so the diagram shows three straight lines. So we've got two straight lines and they're parallel. That's the important thing. And we've got this kind of Z-looking structure, inside, outside. So that tells us that the two angles are alternate. And we know alternate angles are equal. So for part B, we are saying that 2x plus 100 is equal to 3 lots of 4x minus 20, because the angles are equal. Now let's just expand the bracket on the right hand side there. So we've got 2x plus 100 is equal to 3 times 4x, which is 12x minus 20. And that's, we now have an equation like before. So the smaller number of x's is on the left hand side, which is 2x. So let's take away 2x from both sides and we get 100 is equal to 10x minus 20. Add 20 to both sides, we get to 120 is equal to 10x. Dividing both sides by 10, we get 12 is equal to x, and they just asked us to work out the value of x. So that gives us, that x is equal to 12. Okay, next. The diagram shows quadrilateral Q and triangle T joined together. What type of triangle is T? You must show working, which may be on the diagram. Okay, so it's not a question that we can just answer straight away. Let's see what we can work out. So we've got the quadrilateral on the left-hand side, Q, and we know that angles in the quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. So those four angles are going to be, so we've got x plus 115 plus 140 plus 50, which equals 360. What else do we have? So let's add these up. So 50 plus 140 is 190, plus 115 is 290, 300, 305. So x plus 305 is equal to 360. Taking away 305 from both sides, we get x is equal to 55. So if we now know that x is equal to 55 degrees, we know that the x over here is also 55, which means that this angle is going to be 55 plus 15, which is 70 degrees. And we've got this, which is 55 degrees. And then we can work out that this angle, because angles in the triangle add up to 180 degrees, 70 plus 55 is 125, and 180 take away 125 is equal to 55 degrees. So this is 55 degrees. And now if we look at this triangle, we've got a 55 degrees, and a 70 degrees. So two angles are equal. They are 55 degrees. Therefore, T is isosceles. Let's spell this word correctly, guys. Isosceles. It looks like a horrible spelling, but I believe that is it. Okay, so it's isosceles. That's it. That's our working. That's our answer. We've worked out that it's an isosceles triangle. Let's keep going, guys. So next, we've got to work out the value of x. So x plus 2x is 3x plus the 90 plus 138. That is going to give us 360 degrees because it's a quadrilateral. So x plus 2x plus 90 plus 138. So we've got the 3x, and that is equal to 360 degrees because it's a quadrilateral. 90 plus 138 is 228, and that is equal to 360. If I then take away 228 from both sides, I get 3x is equal to 132. Yep. And then if I divide both sides by 3, I get x is equal to 44. Yeah, 44. And again, the question just said work out the value of x. So we've got 44 degrees. Okay, I'm going to leave it here and just to break this video. And I'll make a second part where we go on to the next question, which you can see and which we're dying for to be answered. Yeah. So if you've made it up to this stage and you've been understanding everything thus far, then you're doing amazingly. I will see you in the next part where we'll finish off the other questions. Take care for now, guys.